Welcome back, YouTubers. It is episode 4 of Pumpkin. Can't exactly remember where we left off in the last video. It's been a crazy week. Fussing and fighting with FedEx and UPS both. Parts supposed to come in for this and have now been delayed by several days, and one of them says it was delivered today and it's not here. It's nowhere to be found. So now I had to open a file. I had to open a claim or file a claim on that one. But on that note, we did get the bolts in for the 3-link and for the control arms up front. We are still waiting on the welded bungs for the control arms. Yeah, we set up the compressors last night, which you'll see in this video. And we're not crazy over it, and I think we're going to end up, I lied to y'all earlier in the last video. In episode 3, I lied to you. We are not done welding. We are going to weld some compressor brackets for the lower ones. Originally, it was drilled and tapped in the frame to hold the compressors on. We didn't like it, so we ended up going to riv nuts, and the frame is too thick for the riv nuts. Currently it's holding, but we got to doing some looking and investigating last night and realized that they didn't compress and squeeze enough to for my personal likings of longevity. So we're going to burn some plates out on the plas table. We're going to get them welded on down there, one over there, and we're going to change up the mounting brackets on the lower compressors and get that going. Also, we ran a quick pressure test last night. We have both tanks installed. Compressors are plumbed up. We're going to go back and we're going to change all the DOT line. But so I can get a shot here. But we got the tank drain here, and it's also tied into that one. So both tanks will drain down into that lower T, and there is a SMC valve on the drain, which will be on a momentary push button inside the truck. So that way to purge the water out of the tank, just go in there, push the button, hold it for a few seconds till you don't hear air, till you don't hear water anymore, and let it roll. Do what? We did get the manifold I say rebuilt, but I guess in theory the new valve block. We disassembled the old manifold and put in the new one. There's plugs. Got the pressure switch on the valve block now. We have all the fittings on, and that is ready to be installed as well. So we're gonna go as far as we can with the parts we do have, and hope and pray all the rest of the parts arrive tomorrow, hopefully. The biggest ones I'm worried about right now are the heim joint weld bungs, so we can get these control arms put together. We can always get another belt tensioner from the local parts store if we need to, or wherever. But it's still gonna be a little bit before we actually need that. But if we stay on the track we're on now, we may have this thing wrapped up by what, next week?
We can read our list.
So maybe 5 episodes total, 6 maybe. We do have us a list. And so far on that list, we've marked out one thing, which is rebuild the VU4 manifold. Compressors are mounted, but we haven't marked that off because we decided to change stuff. They are plumbed, which I guess we could mark that off. We got the wishbone bushings because the lower link bars have been replaced on the bushings. We got to repaint the rear shocks. Don't know what happened to them. We want to spray a little paint on them to hit, get some surface rust. Shocks still work great. Yeah, something happened with the paint. It just, yeah. Oh, we got to mount the VU forward, mount the ECU, wire and plumb that. We got to mount the shop air supply manifold. For those that are wondering what that is, we have the pressure relief, we have your shop air hookup, Schrader valve, and then the supply. This will get mounted down here somewhere. All the builds that we do here in the shop, we do one of those. You never know when you're gonna be stuck out on the road. Say your compressors go out. Hey, at least maybe you can make it to a gas station. You can maybe get at least 60 pounds in your air tank,
Or somebody else has an air out.
Right. Or if somebody else has, excuse me, somebody else has one of these shop air manifolds or a shop air hookup, you can have somebody else fill your tanks as well. This way, you can make it home and you're not stuck on the side of the road. We got that header exhaust leak that we're going to fix. Because of the issue we had here with that lower bolt, we're going to come right there, cut the exhaust, and we're going to make some flanges to bolt the turn down on so that if you ever have to service the link bars again, it's a lot easier. Because as you saw in the last video, we took one of those car jacks and stuck it between the exhaust and the wishbone to push the exhaust down far enough to get the bolt in. Belt tensioner for the AC, belt tensioner for the main serpentine, which also runs the supercharger, which that's the part where one of the parts we're missing. Of course, rebuild the upper control arm. We put new bushings in the lower control arms. We got to change out the battery kill switch. There is some distribution blocks down there next to the batteries up front. They don't have a cover on them, they're just exposed. So we got some new distribution blocks that have covers, and these covers bolt on. So we're gonna swap them out. We got to mount the bumper valance. We got to fix the intercooler mount up front. We are going to fix the rear seat mounts. Only the rear 2 bolts of the rear seat is being used. The front 2 are not. So we're going to make some adapters so that they can be bolted in place for safety, because I know the customer wants to be able to ride his kids around in here, and to me it's not safe with just 2 bolts. Some of the wheel lights are messed up. Some of the brackets need to be fixed, so we got that on the list as well. Depending on time and clearance up front and everything else, we may try to put some hood shocks on this thing. We're going to check out the sunroof drains, make sure they're not clogged up, because I know at one time he said the sunroof was leaking pretty bad. If those drains are clogged up, the water's just going to run into the truck. Another item that's a maybe is headlights. We have one of the turn signal and daylight running assembly that does not want to stay in place. The bracket here has cracked. We have glued it back. We've put a screw in it to try and temporarily hold it in place till it gets back to the customer so he can change them out. But that's not holding anymore either. So we're gonna fix that. And here's the broken intercooler mount. It looks like somebody's tried to glue this back before too. So we're gonna come down here, use this bolt, and then we're gonna come over here and we're gonna use this bolt as well. And then this one is loose. So we're gonna fix that. It's literally been a bunch of small issues with this truck that has led to bigger issues. So fingers crossed that we have found all of them. We're addressing all of them. And yeah. And I apologize. We are 12.5 minutes into this intro. I like to keep these videos around 30 minutes, and I apologize about the last one. We hit up right close to 45 minutes. On that note, let's get to it.
Is it bad? I want to put some water in there just to see if it actually blows that water out.
It's like clouds on the wind. Wild we dance like clouds on the wind.
All right there, guys and gals. Friday night, we are back in the shop. Last night I didn't record anything. Apologize, but my bad. Had a cut job come in last night and got started off with 100 pieces. And come pick it up today. We couldn't pick up what was left of the sheet and decided he wanted me to cut the rest of it. So 100 pieces last night, 120 pieces tonight, and Jensen wasn't able to make it last night, but he's back tonight. And yeah, so he's working on getting the wishbone set up on the chassis to go back in. Last night I put the bushings in on the wishbone. I did a few other little odds and ends things. Also, the parts from UPS and FedEx finally showed up yesterday. The one that said delivered and wasn't here, it showed up, and then the other one that was lost, it showed up as well. So we got the belt tensioner put on. We got the heim joint weld ends. They came in, and we're going to get them cleaned up here shortly. Probably drop them in some acetone or some lacquer thinner. Let them soak for a little bit. And yeah. So the other night we got it looking, and when we pulled the wishbone out, 2 pieces of metal fell. We weren't quite sure what it was to begin with, but we figured out shortly thereafter what it was. These are regular 9/16 washers that were welded there and there. And on this one, the nut was welded to it. So yeah, we did not cut those off. We did not try to beat them off with the hammer or anything. They just fell out. That concerns me on how this truck was put together. So we're either going to cut new washers, go there. We may decide to cut the ends off and replace it with some correct size tubing for one. Or we may decide to cut those off and weld some tabs on with some gussets. Not sure which yet. We weld tabs on, we'll cut here, here, come off with the tabs. But yeah, that wasn't pretty at all. So here's the wishbone. And decisions on what we're going to do. So remember, guys and gals out there, when you're building these trucks or cars or whatever, when you go to do these tabs, your tab needs to be covering the whole rubber bushing. These bar ends are 2-inch OD. which means your tabs need to be at least 2 inches wide. Means they need to be at least 1 inch from the center bolt hole to the top of that tab to completely cover the end of that bushing. If not, it will lead to premature bushing failure. It will lead to stuff like this, or, you know, catastrophic issues. And you don't want that while you're riding down the road. You gotta remember, your guys' lives are at stake along with everybody else on the road. So make sure you do stuff right. Make sure you do stuff safe. We don't want to hear anybody die because of something crazy and stupid like that where you didn't do what you're supposed to. So I know this video's had a lot of talking in it, and I apologize. The intro was 12 minutes and we're at 6 minutes right now. And I think I'm not even done with editing the video, and we're already at over 20 some minutes on the video. So I want to make sure we keep this somewhat short and straight, and yeah. But I'll set the camera up, let you guys watch this fix.
The word.
Spider. Let you guys watch how we're gonna fix this, and we'll get back to it. All right, guys. It is Saturday evening, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this video. We're gonna end it here, and we'll start next week's on tomorrow. So, with that being said, let's see where we're at. We started running hard lines. We got to run this one back to the back for the manifold, the air supply manifold. We have tank to tank. Then we have drain to drain. And yeah, we were recording from up there earlier. And had some issues with the Platts table last night, Friday night. The ohmic sensor decided, or something along the ohmic sensor path has decided to go haywire. So we found a workaround. We were able to lock out the ohmic sensor, and we were able to finish cutting that cut job we had. And then Jensen decided he wanted to start playing cleanup. So he started down here, pulled all the slats out, started cleaning, putting everything down here, and kept right on. And then from the far side over to here as well. So that's all the junk, plus that little bit that was in this whole table. All right. I don't know if I told you, but the ends came in for the control arm. Here we got just something semi-mocked up. We'll deal with that on the next episode. And one thing we did forget this evening. I don't know who's to blame here, me or Jensen, or both. But we forgot this guy. We forgot to put it between the tank and the manifold. So what we're going to do, we're going to pull the fitting out here. We're going to assemble all this together. Then the line is actually going to come across here and down. And that fitting. We started wiring everything back up, which this will be fun.
Easy.
What?
Easy. A lot cleaner.
The good thing is we clean up a lot of wiring, so we won't have to run nowhere as much back and forth to the cab and back here. We did move the pressure switch. I don't know if you guys saw it earlier, but it is now here versus what else back here. The sensor, for the height sensor for that side, we're going to run it up over. We're going to follow the airline that goes from here over to that bag. Let's see, what else have we done? Tensioner is now on. We've got to do the AC tensioner. I've got it sitting over there. Didn't like the way the compressors were the first time, so we redid it. New brackets. And then we're gonna build a shield right here to keep the wheel and tire from throwing crap up to the compressors there. Next thing, we're going to fix this. Got to do that too. I think we decided what we're going to do. Put a new piece of tube in it.
I think we're going to tube, yeah.
So we're going to put a new piece of tube in it, new washers, and this time we don't have to worry about welding the nut. to a flimsy washer like they did, you'll actually be able to get the correct socket inside that tube so you can tighten it up. Oh, let's see what else. What else? Yeah. It's going back together finally. I can't think of it, if anything I'm missing.
Digging on the table. That was fun.
Oh yeah, I did. I showed him that. His mess.
Way fun.
We've got, at some point in time, we got to get all that scrap metal outside, load it up and get it taken off. And if somebody don't come buy these cabs from me, or we do something with these cabs, they're gonna get scrapped as well. They both have titles, so anybody's interested, better send me a message. Do what?
Now is the time.
Yeah, like you said, now's the time. All right. Unfortunately, we're running into that situation where we can't do this without doing that, and we can't do that without doing this. So we're starting to get ourselves into a situation of playing 1, 2, 3, 4, rearranging all the orders of everything we're doing. So, all right, we're going. I'm gonna quit talking. I know this video is loaded with talking, and I apologize. Catch you guys next time. Keep doing work.